Well, Selina Scott is here. Good evening. When you encountered him, do you think for a minute he was presidential material?
Absolutely not, but I know that he had great ambitions to be a president. I mean, it goes right back to whenever he was that high. 1990, he was saying that he wanted to become the President of the United States. But I knew he was an unreconstructed misogynist. I knew the kind of character I was going to be interviewing. But I guess I never thought that he would get this far. You know, he would hate to see me sitting here, you know, still here, still standing.
Well, I mean, with the whole Megyn Kelly business, you know, when he said, you know, blood coming out from wherever, I mean, he has since denied he was talking about menstruation. Head of Fox News wrote to him offering an olive branch. But what do you make of that kind of, the kind of shoot from the lip attitude that he has?
He doesn't care, and he doesn't differentiate between women and men. I mean, some men have this kind of reserve with women. They think we don't hit women as we might hit men. These boundaries don't count with Donald Trump. You know, if someone offends him, he goes for them.
But you obviously got to him because he still hasn't, but he didn't ever forget that encounter.
No, he hasn't forgotten it. He still carries on. Yeah, it was strange. I mean, let me explain to you, because I went to New York, I'd done a lot of research, so I was expecting someone who was going to be pretty difficult. And I walked into this boardroom with him, and he said to these acolytes around this board table, "Gentlemen, welcome our new partner in the deal, you know, the legendary Selina Scott," okay? And I thought, hang on, what's the deal? And why am I a partner to it? And because I guess I didn't do a fanzine on him, and I guess I did a more realistic portrait of Donald Trump. He just decided that was it.
But after the film, when this feud kept going, what kind of approaches did he make to you?
Well, it started off with letters. I mean, letters which repeated, you know, really kind of childish things. He started off rubbishing my looks, then he started questioning my morality, then he went into my career, and I used to have a big file and drop them into the Trump box. You know, that was my way of kind of dealing with him. I used to think he was like a big girl's blouse. I mean, I couldn't believe this kind of man was doing this thing. So into the file it all went, and then the letters started tailing off, and then he began sending me press cuttings of himself, Trump riding high, and then written across it, scrawled across it, "Dear Selina, you're a loser. Kind regards, Donald Trump."
But you kept your cool.
Well, I expected this kind of behaviour from him in some strange kind of way.
But what do you think governs his attitudes? Not, as you say, to women particularly, but governs his attitude to other people, that actually he thinks to take people on like this is actually fun or smart.
He's ruthless, he's driven. It's why bankers back him. It's why bankers lend him money. It's where he gets his money, presumably, because he has this way of pushing boundaries. Look at what happened in Aberdeenshire. You know, the local Aberdeenshire Council stopped his planning permission to develop a triple SI on a pristine piece of Aberdeenshire coastline, but he pushed his way through, bulldozed his way through, got what he wanted.
So what makes him so popular with elements of the American public, do you think?
I think it's because he's an outsider. He's rough, he's tough, you know, he speaks the language. But although, you know, it's interesting, what'll happen, 55% of the women who voted last time voted for Obama, and the Republicans are supposed to be reaching out for these women. Well, I mean, with Donald Trump, I can't imagine the women will vote for that in some way or another.
Selina, thanks very much indeed.